The more anime you watch, the more of a brain-rotting degenerate you become, and isekai is the most brain-rotting of any genre out there, and reincarnation anime is like isekai's inbred cousin with the same amount of brain rot, plus or minus a chromosome or two. And I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I could take my time perfecting my magic ability is one of the most TikTok brain rot animes I have ever seen. They literally open up the holy book of anime brain rot, Konosuba, and then just dial it up to 10. You want a basic story? Well, how about a maidenless, a talentless, a literally nameless peasant mage that is killed by the Andrew Tate of royal mages and then reincarnates as a prince? You want him to be super strong by the end of episode 1? How about he's just born that strong? He doesn't have to work for it at all. You want him to be named, super talented, and have a harem of maidems? Well, he does, but he doesn't care. All he cares about is magic. He's hopelessly obsessed and has a thirst for knowledge about magic and anything related to it that's never quenched. Even as he's dying in the middle of the street, being mocked by everyone for being so talentless, he's relishing in joy because he gets to experience how powerful, beautiful, and fun magic could be if he had more of an affinity for it. Even now that he's been reincarnated as Lloyd, the 7th prince to the king of this grand empire, he has zero interest in politics, and luckily enough, no one even acknowledges him for it because he's so much younger than his brothers. And using this sense of invisibility from politics, he finally gets to read as much as he wants about magic. He practices every day at this new body that's overflowing with talent and mana. Homie even breathes magic, just doing anything he wants when he wants. But when you hear a description of an isekai, reincarnation, or regression story with a super long title, an overpowered main character that's a slice of life with no real direction, you automatically think low budget anime project. But this studio, wait, who made this anime again? Ah, yes, Sumigi Akita Animation Labs. Who the fuck is that? Sumigi saw this light novel and said, hand me my apron. They didn't just start cooking. They laid out this anime and tenderized it, seasoned it, seared it, and gave this clearance rack steak of a story a 5-star presentation. Once you get a little bit of a taste of it. You realize they didn't just make this palatable, but they made it freaking delicious. Like that tantalizing subscribe button, you should press it. They saw the author wrote one of the most basic train wrecks of a series that didn't give two flying fornications about restraining his story to your suspension of disbelief or meeting any kind of status quo, and Sumigi said, "Thank you so much, best friend." Then matched his energy in those moments with their art and animation. The author said, we aren't going to find a demon and kill it for fame. We're going to beat it down into submission and use it as a lab rat to get even more powerful. Lloyd isn't just going to dual cast magic, he's going to dual chant a 100-layer spell and blast a hole into space, just testing out his abilities. Lloyd isn't just going to kill this lich and save the damsel in distress and have her fall madly in love with him and have no idea she has feelings for him. He's going to use the lich as a practice dummy to master mixing ki and magic together and have this girl fall in love with him and have no idea she has feelings for him. Even moments the author couldn't have possibly made over the top or absurd in a light novel, like enchanting swords. The anime took it upon themselves to do it for them. They put a rock and roll workout montage over top of them testing out enchantments on 120 swords as the demon and doll just cheerlead him on. Even small moments like collecting materials for experiments, they have no visuals in the books, but the anime used comedic rules like the rule of threes and chibi designs and animation to add value to these scenes. Sumigi really made an anime adaptation instead of making us watch a 23 minutes of dialogue that sounds like they're just explaining everything on TED Talk. Booba. But even though the surprising level of animation was what caught my attention originally, the main character is surprisingly likable because the author didn't just make your average blackhaired MC. No. He made a twink femboy that turns into a psychotic masochist that gets turned on by new magic and has yandere-like tendencies. You know, as one does. But when he's not doing that, he's just so happy all the time, living the life he's always wanted to live. Life is his playground, and he's taking full advantage of that, experiencing everything he can while appreciating it to its fullest with such an innocent curiosity. Because he knows what it's like to have nothing and dying in the streets, and what it's like to have everything, like the king being your supportive father, access to the best matching materials, and the freedom and authority to do whatever he wants. So now he's exploring every avenue, leaving no stone unturned, whether it's reading books, exploring dungeons, or attempting enchantments. And it's this open-mindedness of the main character, an innocent thirst for knowledge that always has him trying new stuff and forcing a super fast pacing onto the anime, not only making it fresh, but also super uplifting and happy all the time. There's literally only been one long-lasting evil entity, and it's this empire-destroying demon that's been beaten into submission and became this anime mascot whose entire job now is just commenting on how powerful Lloyd is in the most comedic way possible. Everyone else is just so nice. The maids have undying love for Lloyd. His father constantly supports him in his hobbies. His brother's inviting him out to do activities together. This anime is so awesome or happy all the time with zoomer level editing that keeps your mind constantly engaged with a new situation that Lloyd is frothing at the mouth for as he decimates the laws of nature that's been given an over-the-top animation by Sumugi. This anime is the embodiment of trash isekai meets modern day attention spans, and I couldn't have had a better time watching this train wreck unfold. But you can watch my train wrecks unfold weekly by hitting that subscribe button or watch another train wreck by watching one of these videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.